My name is Lisa, and I am a working housewife living with my husband, Basil. We are a newlywed couple, recently married and filled with happiness every day, wondering what kind of family we will build together. We were living happily, having such conversations.
Hey, what do you think about living with my mom?
Living together?
Yeah. She's been complaining about her knees and back hurting recently, and I'm worried about her.
Also, I think I could be a lot of help, especially if Lisa gets pregnant or something.
That might actually be helpful. A friend of mine was saying how much she appreciated her mother-in-law's support. This conversation led to us living with my mother-in-law. She is a kind person, and I thought we would be able to live smoothly without any worries after we started living together. However, about a year after we started living together.
So, the neighbor, Mrs. Odonari, just had her third grandchild. She keeps bragging about it.
Is that so?
Oh no, I don't mean to say this to you, Lisa. Not at all. But I just wonder when I'll be able to have a grandchild of my own.
I'm sorry about that. My mother-in-law started to indirectly mention having grandchildren more frequently, implying a question about when we would have children. A little while later. Mother-in-law, I'm thinking about going for a checkup with Basil soon.
A checkup? Why does Basil need to go for a checkup too?
When it comes to having kids, it's about both partners, so Lisa and I decided together.
Even if you're having trouble conceiving, I can't imagine Basil would have any problems.
Upon hearing this, my mother-in-law implied that the reason we were not getting pregnant was because of me. However, Basil said that as long as we are happy, any outcome is fine, and he agreed to undergo the tests with me. After some time had passed, Basil couldn't make it, so I went to hear the test results alone. That night. So, it turns out that my fallopian tubes are a bit narrow. There's nothing wrong with Basil. Before, they would perform laparoscopic surgery, but now there's a treatment to widen the fallopian tubes with a catheter.
I thought it might be something like that.
What do you mean, you thought? I'm thinking of trying the treatment.
So it was your fault, right?
What do you mean by that?
Exactly what I said. Ugh. I'm tired today, I'm going to sleep.
After hearing the test results, Basil's attitude clearly changed from before the tests. I was puzzled by his behavior. From that day on.
Really? What's the use of having a daughter-in-law who can't have children?
Yeah, really. No matter how much I try, it's hopeless.
Oh dear. Now when will I ever see a grandchild?
Every time I'm asked about kids at work, it's a huge stress.
Lisa seems to be taking it well, though.
It's not like I'm okay with it. As soon as it became known that the cause was with me, not only my mother-in-law but also Basil started to complain. While brushing off their remarks, I began to research various treatments to start. I thought that if I got pregnant, we could return to how we were before. Just when it seemed like I could start treatment.
Lisa is infertile, and she doesn't deserve to be my wife anymore, so I think we should get divorced.
A daughter-in-law who can't give birth to grandchildren is useless to our family.
Excuse me.
If we keep living together, I'll just end up being an ATM, right?
ATM? But I work too. Besides, I was about to start treatment. I've been researching a lot on my own.
That's just a waste of time and money.
Right? Getting pregnant is supposed to be natural. Who would spend money on a woman who can't do such a basic thing?
Wait, getting pregnant is not something that's supposed to be taken for granted.
What are you talking about? My mom had me just like that.
Your mom is your mom, I'm different.
Anyway, undergoing such treatment is pointless.
Basil, didn't you say that as long as we're happy, any result would be okay? Was that a lie?
I said that because I thought it would make you agree to the tests without complaining.
I was the one who brought up the tests, so it's not like it was smooth or anything.
A daughter-in-law who always has something to say is annoying.
I understand you want to see your grandchild, but
The reason you can't show her is because of Lisa, right?
that's why I'm preparing to start treatment.
Oh, just shut up already. A failed daughter-in-law shouldn't come back.
Thus, I was driven out of the house. However, seeing Basil and my mother-in-law's attitudes cooled my feelings towards them instantly. Thankfully, I was able to calmly negotiate a divorce and receive alimony. About 2 years later, as I was walking on my usual route to go shopping.
Lisa.
Long time no see.
What? Oh, long time no see.
What's with that cold attitude?
Please don't speak to me so familiarly, you're practically a stranger to me now.
You're not being honest, you still like me, don't you?
It seems your mind is a pleasant field of flowers.
Listen, women who aren't straightforward don't get liked, you know?
I'm not interested in being liked.
With that attitude, you're just making Basil dislike you even more?
No, I'm truly grateful from the bottom of my heart that we divorced.
What's with that attitude since a while ago?
There's no need to be nice to someone I dislike. I have things to do, may I go now?
Ugh. Don't get cocky just because you're infertile.
That's normal for me.
Don't get too pleased just because Basil talked to you with a smile.
I'm trying to show that I'm annoyed.
Annoyed? What do you mean by that?
I mean you're being a nuisance. I don't know or care about your life now. But thanks to the divorce, I've been able to concentrate on my work. I've changed jobs and now I'm the department head of production management at Kayasuka Corporation.
What? You're a department head at Kayasuka Corporation.
And in production management at that. That's an incredible success. I always knew Lisa was capable. Oh ho ho ho.
I work for a major corporation, Kayasuka Corporation. It's a well-known company, familiar to both Basil and my mother-in-law. After the divorce, my efforts paid off, and I was on the fast track to an elite career path. Upon learning this, they completely changed their tune.
If you're such an elite, we should definitely get back together.
Right, living together as a married couple is happier, after all.
Living with someone I divorced is just creepy.
Lisa is really not straightforward. Look, the wedding ring still on your left hand is proof enough, isn't it?
That's why I'm saying it's okay for you to live with us.
She's wearing that ring because she's married to me, obviously.
Huh? Married? Who are you?
My husband.
Husband, Lisa, you remarried.
Yes. I returned my wedding ring to you when we divorced, didn't I? And please don't compare this ring to that one.
I feel like I've seen that guy's face somewhere.
Me? Probably because I'm the president of KST Corporation.
He was all over the media for a while.
Oh, that's right. The president who appeared on Money Leopard, right?
Yeah, I was on that, but I didn't participate in the mahjong part.
Why would someone as amazing as him remarry Lisa?
Exactly. It doesn't make sense.
It's fine if you don't understand.
What do you mean? It's fine if we don't understand.
Exactly what I said.
You guys are divorced, right? And from what Lisa told me, you were the ones who wanted the divorce?
The past is the past. Now is now, right?
If you understand, then don't bother coming to see us. A lot can change in 2 years.
Things can be fixed if you really want to, right?
At least a reconciliation with Lisa is impossible because I'm here.
Then I'll just have to steal her away.
That's impossible. And you two are nothing but a nuisance, so don't ever bother Lisa again.
Basil and my mother-in-law seemed to have assumed that I was still living alone and lonely. However, in reality, after divorcing, I met Noah and we remarried, living happily ever since. Upon learning this,
Don't joke around like that. I was the one who married Lisa first, so as her ex-husband, I'm more important.
Exactly. Basil has more rights in marriage life than someone you just met yesterday.
I have no idea what you're even talking about.
Oh, a big company president and can't understand this?
what you two are saying is just illogical. Firstly, I have no intention of remarrying Basil. I'm extremely happy living with Noah, so we won't be divorcing.
You're just dazzled by his title because he's a president.
She found out I was the president of KST on our wedding day.
So, you were hiding your status.
No, I just didn't mention it because she didn't ask.
Normally, you would ask that, right?
He was introduced by a friend, so I assumed he was just a colleague or something.
Well, that's another cute thing about her.
I knew about Lisa's naive nature before you did.
So what? She's my wife now, right?
There are many things you don't know about her that Basil does.
Anything I don't know now, I can learn over time. It doesn't matter. Are you trying to one-up me or something?
No, that's not what I meant.
We're just stating the facts.
Cool. I don't really get what you're trying to say, but the person she's with now matters more.
That's not true. I can definitively say I love Lisa more than you ever could.
You can say that all you want, but it's not just unpleasing, it's downright creepy, so stop.
It's so disgusting, I don't even want to breathe the same air as you.
You weren't told off like that.
Basil and my mother-in-law were desperate to reconcile with me.
Anyway, I'll make you happy, so divorce that guy.
I won't. In the first place, why are you so desperately talking about remarriage now?
Basil's company is such that being single affects promotions.
Excuse me?
Moreover, being divorced makes his position even worse.
Oh, I've heard there used to be companies like that, but in this era, it's Rewa, come on.
It was like that in my time, so it must be the same now. At your father's company, single people were always pushed to the sidelines.
Your father's era. So, you think Basil isn't advancing because of that?
Exactly. Basil has been struggling ever since the divorce.
All my peers are getting promoted, but because I'm single, I can't move up at all.
Isn't that just because you're incompetent?
Don't say such rude things.
Well, whether single or not, people who are going to get promoted will get promoted, right?
Basil doesn't seem like he ever studies for any qualifications. Besides, he's the type to staple documents in the top right corner when they're in landscape orientation.
Basil has been working hard ever since he joined Dame Corporation.
That's right. I am working hard.
Then why aren't you getting promoted?
That's because if I just remarry Lisa, then I can get promoted. So please.
The reason Basil wanted to remarry was for his career advancement. Both Noah and I felt ridiculous even engaging in this conversation. Wondering how this would end, suddenly Noah.
You work at Dame Corporation, right?
So what?
My company does business with Dame Corporation, you know? But I had no idea they employed such irresponsible staff.
That's a different matter.
You don't try to understand others and just keep saying selfish things, right? I bet you're the same at work.
In working with women, being a bit forceful works better, right?
Then why did we end up divorcing, I wonder?
That's because Lisa is at fault.
Or I'm off. Don't put all the blame on Lisa.
Eek!
Don't suddenly shout like that.
So what if Lisa has fertility issues? Those are things a couple should work through together, right? A little coward who abandoned that responsibility has no right to blame Lisa.
Noah.
That attitude of yours probably shows in your work too. That's why you're not getting promoted. Being incompetent at both home and work, you should be grateful you're even getting paid.
You're being too harsh.
My apologies for speaking the truth,
You don't sound sorry at all.
because I'm not.
How rude. Basil said he's working hard, didn't he?
Yeah. Parents blind love. But you seem pretty relaxed, so I'll be sure to report this to the president of Dame Corporation.
What? Why would you do that?
He looks intimidating, but is actually a friendly guy. We often chat during dinners. Considering what you've done to my precious wife, be prepared, okay?
Faced with Noah's words, Basil and his mother-in-law responded.
That's not related.
Exactly. What do you plan to do if he gets fired because you told the president?
He can just find another job.
Maybe experiencing something like that would be good medicine for him.
Lisa, he was once your husband. Can't you be on his side?
Be on the side of someone who kicked me out? Please, enough with the jokes.
Oh, where did all that bluster go?
Hey, seriously, don't rat me out to the president.
I said I'm going to do it, didn't I?
Once Noah decides on something, he always follows through, so it's useless to try and stop him.
But that's going to be a problem. I'm already feeling inferior because my juniors are surpassing me.
That's not my concern. The result of not making an effort is your current situation, so why not make an effort to surpass them again?
Instead of whining, you should spend that time studying for a qualification.
Lisa, please tell him not to say anything to the higher-ups.
I can't do that. I fully support Noah's opinion.
Please. I don't need us to reconcile anymore. I'll take back everything I said.
Please, we'll apologize for blaming Lisa and everything.
Apologizing now is meaningless.
Exactly. You should just do your best on your own.
Don't be so cold-hearted.
What a shameless family.
Please, Lisa. I'm begging you, I apologize from the bottom of my heart.
If you're a man, give up gracefully.
No, thank you. Why don't you and your mother continue to live happily together? As Noah declared, the story about Basil reached the president of Dame Corporation. Basil, despite never being late or absent, simply had no achievements at work. Far from getting promoted, he was even surpassed by his juniors and had yet to secure a position. Including such work attitudes, Basil ended up being fired from the company. To get married and climb the career ladder. Basil had been spending lavishly for that purpose and even accumulated debt. They lived in a rented house, so he and his mother-in-law moved to a very cheap apartment in the suburbs. However, the only income they had was the mother-in-law's pension. It was impossible for two adults to live on that alone. Basil managed to find a part-time job, but it was far from where they lived, making the commute time-consuming. Tired from just traveling to and from work and unable to quit because of debts and living expenses, he also faced stress from not getting along with the person teaching him the job. His mother-in-law tried applying for part-time work but was rejected due to her age. Thus, the two led a miserable life, unable to obtain anything they wanted. As for me,
Wow. What a feast. Is today some kind of anniversary?
yes, it is.
Anniversary. It's not the day we first met, nor the day we first held hands, and it's not the day you first lent me a handkerchief.
You remember all that?
Those are precious memories for me. I might give up. Sorry, I can't remember what anniversary it is.
You can't remember because I've never mentioned it before.
What do you mean?
Actually, I'm pregnant.
A baby? Really? Wow, that's amazing. We did it, Lisa.
Yes. It's thanks to you.
It's because you worked hard, Lisa. Wow, I'm so happy. It's our baby.
A while after that conversation, I found out I was pregnant. When I told Noah, he was more delighted than I could have imagined. Whether it's a boy or a girl, what kind of personality they'll have, what they'll like. We talked about all these exciting possibilities over dinner. With the baby's arrival, our lives are sure to become even more joyful. I'm determined to do my best until our child is born. Seeing Noah's happy face made me feel even happier. If you enjoyed this video, we'd be thrilled if you subscribed to our channel. Subscribing means you'll receive notifications for new videos, keeping you in the loop with all our latest content. Your support is vital to our growth. Let's enjoy and grow together.